Our first guest in this hour brings you those radio stations between the radio stations that we've been listening to for quite some time now. You hear us talk about a lot over the years now on Into Tomorrow. It's HD Radio. He's the president and CEO of the power behind HD Radio and the brains behind it, too. iBiquity Digital, Bob Struble. Bob, welcome back. How are you?
I'm great, Dave, and it's great to be with you yet another year.
Yes, indeed. We chat, fortunately, every year for many years since the birth of HD Radio. And for those who have been maybe living under a rock and not listening to us very regularly, shame on you, but you know that HD Radio is, of course, allowing AM to sound a whole lot more like today's FM, for FM to sound like CD quality, and it's so many channel sources.
That's right.
And options and choices. If there's a genre available, it's on HD Radio somewhere.
That's right. That's right. HD is the digital upgrade to AM and FM. We know that after June 12th this year, when they flipped the switch on television, AM and FM radio is the last analog medium left in the country. So our business has been about upgrading that to digital. And as you highlighted, I don't know why you have me on. You know the story so well. But digital is better than analog, and that gives you upgraded audio quality. FM sounds like CDs. AM sounds like today's FM. It also gives you a lot more choice through a feature called multicasting. FM stations can have multiple different audio streams. They're called HD2s or HD3s. And what that's resulted in, Dave, is an explosion of new and creative content around the country, programmed by your local radio stations and tailored to the unique needs of that local market. A lot of great stuff out there, and even more this year.
And whether you're into things like bluegrass or outlaw country or pride radio for the gay and lesbian community, and a plethora of things available at various genres, you're going to find it on HD. And what's really cool about that, it's free. It's free. Over the air.
About 1,100 stations out there now. That's been growing substantially. You mentioned a few. There's ESPN Radio HD, sports content. We've got different language programming going on, Indian language program, Caribbean broadcasting. You go on down to Miami, you're going to find a dance channel on an HD2. You go up to Boston, you're going to find the Gaelic channel for the Irish community up there. So, as you mentioned, D.C., we got bluegrass. We also have 3 channels of C-SPAN for those political junkies, and it's really an explosion of content, again, tailored towards the unique needs of the local market.
And there really isn't anywhere else you can get that kind of local community input and the content that's there that really serves a community. And HD Radio, I think, is doing that better than anything else.
We agree, and AM and FM has also been always been part of the lifeblood of a local community. Radio is a part of everyone's everyday lives, and this is about upgrading that to the 21st century. Everything else is digital, and radio needs to be too, and you get a lot of great stuff with that. And
a lot of big announcements here at CES this year, including more car manufacturers that are stepping up and saying, well, where have we been all these years? It's time to do it.
They've been working in the background. It takes a long time to get stuff into cars. They have a long development cycle, but we're seeing a lot of that come to fruition. You've seen big announcements from Ford this past week, iTunes tagging, along with HD Radio being launched in their cars in conjunction with their Sync platform. Audi making an announcement about standard application of HD Radio technology across many of their lines. And VW, for the first time, making their announcement. They're joining the party as well. So 15 different automakers, Dave, all in told. You've got high-end luxury brands like Mercedes and Rolls-Royce, and I think you incidentally should get out there and buy one of those Rollses. And
sure. I'll get 2 or 3 of them, yeah.
Lower, more mass-market brands like the Kias and the Toyota Scion, American manufacturers like Ford. But it's across the spectrum, 15 different guys, 80 different vehicle lines, and on those, 36 are standard equipment. So it's tremendous progress in the last 18 months.
And when you think about it, of course, our cars are the ultimate mobile device.
They really are.
And we keep talking about all these devices we're carrying. Well, how about when we get into the car and that listening experience, and we want content, and we want a whole lot more than just play a song, the type of stuff that HD Radio delivers now. Traffic as one example.
Traffic's a great example. There's new applications that come. It's not just about great audio and new choices. Bits are bits, and digital bits can be used to do different things. We've seen in the last couple years nationwide delivery networks built out to deliver instant traffic information, which plotted on your navigation screen as you're driving around. The devices now are just coming to market. You've got aftermarket devices by Sidel, by JVC, and we'd expect to see those installed in cars as we go forward.
And, of course, one of the initial things that HD Radio delivers is things like artist and song titles and stuff like that, which is just great to glance down as you're driving and say, I knew that was the name of that song, or I guessed who it was singing, or I want to know because I want that.
That's right.
And then when you want it, you push a button and tag it.
Yeah, well, you're putting together a bunch of different applications, which is what the connected world is all about. PSD, program service data, gives you that song, artist, and title, and that tells you what you're listening to. We've got a feature that we've developed with Apple. I mentioned that Ford is implementing it on their cars called iTunes tagging. That if you like a song that you're listening to on an HD radio channel, you reach down and push a little button on that radio that says tag. That information is captured, and the next time you go to iTunes, you're going to have a little folder that says tagged, and all those songs that you tagged when you were listening are going to be there for you to preview to purchase. And I don't know about you, but that's a much more convenient way than trying to fumble for a pen in the car and perhaps driving into a tree.
Oh, sure. And friends of ours that say, oh, I just use Shazam. Really? While you're driving?
While you're driving,
that's
right.
very unsafe. How about just push one button and then you got it later?
Push one button, and to give you a little glimpse of the future, that'll also come now with album art. We've got the ability to download CD covers. Those will be displayed on the screen. So you'll not only see that song, artist, and title, you'll see the album cover, you press the tag button, and it's a connected HD radio world.
And we didn't even have time to talk about all the radios, but in 30 seconds, one of the things we teased our audience about last year here at CES, and we saw a prototype of a portable device. There are now already a plethora of them available.
Yeah, in really 12 short months since last CES, we've seen 3 substantial announcements. Best Buy's Insignia armband portable radio, of course the Zune HD, Microsoft's personal media player, HD radio embedded, and then a host of devices, accessories, most prominently by Radio Shack's GigaWare, which make your iPhone or your iPod Touch into an HD radio. So they're out there, and they're exciting.
Gotta love it. And, of course, as small as things get, and just to be able to plug it into your iPhone and have HD channels wherever you are, perhaps at that moment, whether it's your local town or otherwise traveling, take advantage of these things. And you've got to visit hdradio.com. hdradio.com. We'll link you there, too, to Bob's site and all of our guests here at CES. Bob Struble, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. Keep up the good work.
We're working on it. Thanks, Dave.
My pleasure. Back with more as Into Tomorrow continues from Las Vegas in our 15th year, bringing you Into Tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network.